Welcome back, everyone, to the My English podcast. Julia, why do you think talking about your day is such a powerful tool for English learners?
Great question, Jason. Describing your day lets you practice essential vocabulary and sentence structures you use daily. It's like building a foundation. If you can talk about simple routines, you'll feel more confident tackling harder topics.
That's true. And it's practical. Everyone has a daily routine, so you always have something to say. Plus, the more you repeat these phrases, the more natural they become.
Exactly. Even studies show that repetition of daily language boosts memory retention. It's like exercise for your English skills.
Let's dive into the first part of the day, the morning routine. Julia, what are some basic phrases learners should practice?
Start with, I wake up at 6:30. I get out of bed and I brush my teeth. These simple actions form the backbone of a morning story.
Right, and you can mix it up by adding details. For example, I get out of bed quickly, or I take a shower in the morning. This adds color and keeps your sentences interesting.
Absolutely. Think of it like painting a picture. Each small detail helps others see your routine clearly.
Food is a big part of any day. Julia, how can learners express what they eat in English?
It's helpful to use phrases like, I have breakfast at 7:30, I eat eggs and toast, or I drink coffee. You can also say I have instead of I eat. Both are correct and natural.
Adding variety helps too. For lunch, you might say, I eat with my coworkers, I have a sandwich and some juice. This introduces social context and new vocabulary.
Yes, and talking about dinner can show your preferences. I eat dinner at 7, or I have pasta and vegetables. Even simple sentences help you share your habits.
A key to sounding natural in English is using time phrases. How can learners use these to organize their stories?
Time phrases like in the morning, after lunch, and at night help listeners understand when things happen. For example, I study in the afternoon, or I read a book late at night.
And when you mention specific times, remember to use at. Say, I wake up at 6:30, I start work at 9:00. This detail makes your speech clearer.
Exactly. Small phrases like before lunch or after breakfast help break your day into parts. This way, your story feels well organized and easy to follow.
Describing your actions is great, but how about your feelings? Julia, why is it important to talk about emotions and energy?
Talking about feelings like tired, happy, or stressed makes your story personal. You can say, I feel tired in the morning, or I'm happy after my workout. It adds depth to your routine.
Yes, and you can also describe energy levels. I feel full of energy in the morning, or I'm relaxed in the evening. With these, you're not just listing actions, you're sharing your experience.
Exactly. When you include how you feel, it helps you connect with listeners and makes conversations more engaging.
Now let's move to the middle of the day work or school. How can learners describe what they do during this time?
Use action phrases like I answer emails, I have meetings, or I write reports. For students, try I study math, I read books, or I do homework. These verbs make your routine specific.
And you can combine them. I go to work at 8:30, start at 9, answer emails, and talk to customers. The sequence helps listeners follow your day step by step.
That's right. Including how you get to work, I take the bus, or I drive my car adds even more detail. Think of each sentence as a building block in telling your story.
Evenings are often the most relaxing part of the day. What are some common ways to describe evening routines in English?
You can say, I cook dinner, I watch TV, I go for a walk, or I listen to music. These phrases are simple, but they clearly show what you do to unwind.
It's also helpful to give a sequence. After dinner, I take a shower. Then I go to bed at 10:30. Using connectors like after and then makes your routine sound smooth and natural.
Exactly. You might also add a social element. I talk with my family, or I study English. These small extras make your story richer and more authentic.
Let's show how all these pieces come together in a real conversation. Julia, can we do a quick role play about a typical day?
Absolutely, Jason. I'll start. Hey, how was your day today?
Hi, Julia. It was good. I woke up at 6:30, took a quick shower, and had toast and coffee for breakfast. After getting dressed, I left the house at 8.
Did you drive to work?
Yes, I arrived at 8:30, had a few meetings, answered emails, and ate lunch with a friend. After work, I cooked dinner and watched a movie before bed.
Perfect. This shows how using simple sentences and time phrases can create a full, natural conversation.
Sometimes it's hard to know how to begin. Julia, what are some easy sentence starters to help learners talk about their day?
Try I usually, today, I, after that, I, or then, I. For example, I usually wake up at 7. Today, I had breakfast at 8. Then, I went to work.
Those really help keep your story organized. And if you're nervous, just start with today, I, and keep going with short sentences. The important thing is to speak, not to be perfect.
Exactly. Even native speakers use these starters in conversation. The more you practice them, the easier it gets to share your routine smoothly.
Practice is the key to improvement. What are some effective ways learners can practice speaking about their day at home or with friends?
First, try talking to yourself. Describe your day out loud, even if you're alone. Second, have a short conversation with a friend or family member, asking about each other's day.
You can also record yourself on your phone and listen back. This helps you notice which phrases are easy and where you might need more practice.
Joining online English groups or using language apps is another great way. Remember, the more you speak, the more confident you become. Mistakes are just part of learning.
Let's finish with a listening quiz to help our listeners practice. Julia, can you share a short story for everyone to listen to?
Of course. Maria wakes up at 7:00 a.m. She takes a shower and eats breakfast at 7:30. She leaves the house at 8:00, works from 9 to 5, eats lunch at 12, and drinks coffee in the afternoon. After work, she goes for a walk and cooks dinner at 7:00 p.m.
Now for some questions. What time does Maria wake up? When does she eat lunch? What does she do after work? Listeners, pause and think about your answers.
If you're unsure, go back and listen again. Repetition is a proven way to boost listening and memory. The more you repeat, the more you'll understand and remember.
Great job today, everyone. Remember, talking about your day even just a few sentences builds your English skills every day. Keep practicing, and you'll see progress soon.